Good morning, everyone. Peace upon you all by the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Today is Sunday, 22nd of November 2020, 7th of Rabi' 2nd or Akhir, 1442. Today's class is about grammar, about countable and uncountable nouns. Okay? We are going to accomplish, inshallah, these important outcomes. First of all, we are going to know the difference between countable and uncountable nouns and learn about the qualifiers. Okay? Now, look at me. We are going to work on the countable and uncountable nouns. I'm going to take 1 minute from you to write them on the board, then I will return back. Okay? Stay with me, please. Today we are going to work with nouns, only nouns, not with verbs, not with adjectives, only nouns. Now, as we know, the countable nouns, we have the countable nouns and uncountable nouns. The countable nouns, they may be two sides. First, the countable noun will be singular, okay? Singular countable noun or plural countable noun. The singular countable noun takes what? Take singular verb, while the plural countable noun takes plural verb, okay? Now, for the uncountable nouns, it all the time takes the singular verb, okay? Now, we are going to know what is the difference between the countable nouns and the uncountable nouns, okay? Now, look here. We have the countable nouns. Like what? Like box, lemons. Look at this one. We have books. More than one book. We can count them. Look at this one. We can count them. We have also, look here, we have lemons. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4 lemons, okay? We have flowers. Look at these. We can count them. 1, 2, 3, okay? There are things you can count. Keys. Look at this one. We have keys. 1, 2, 3. We can count, okay? We also have what? We also have, look at this one, spoons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cards also. Look at this one. We have cards. 1, 2. We can count these things, okay? These are the countable nouns. Now, we have the uncountable nouns. There are things that you cannot count. For example, we have what? We have coffee. Look at this one. This is, oh, sorry. This is coffee. We cannot count it, okay? It's powder. Now, we have rice. Can you count rice? Look at the rice. Can you count? No, we can't. Look at the sugar. Look at the sugar. Can we count sugar? No, of course not. Look at the tea. We have this tea. This kind. It's not in bags, okay? This is tea. You can't count it, okay? Now, look at this one. We have water. Can we count water? No, except if we put them in a bottle or something. Milk also, we can't count milk. As we said, coffee, sugar, rice, tea, money. You can't count money. Except we have some situations, we're going to talk about them in details. We have time also, we can't count time. Ash, do you know ash? After you burn something, we have the ash, okay? Now, look at this note. We have countable, when we talk about or we use the coffee as countable noun, we say, for example, bring me 2 coffees. Okay? Here we mean 2 cups of coffee. Okay? 2 cups of coffee. This is here countable noun. Why? If I say in the situation of uncountable noun, we talk about coffee in general. Okay? We say, coffee is bad for you. Coffee is bad for you. I'm talking about coffee in general. Why here when I said bring me 2 coffees, I meant that I want 2 cups of coffee. Okay? Also the time. When I say, for example, I went there 3 times. Here, this is time here, it's countable because it was preceded by number 3. Okay? While when I say it's here all the time. Here all the time, it's uncountable. Okay? It depends on where is the word located in the sentence, okay? Also on the situation itself. Deal? Now I'm going to take 1 minute from you and clean the board to return back. I forgot to tell you about also the bread. We can't count bread unless we say 1 loaf, 2 loaves, okay? Deal? I'm going back inshallah. Stay with me. Now look at this example. I haven't got much time. Here, time, it's uncountable. We are talking about time in general, okay? I haven't got much time, okay? Uncountable, we talk about time in general. Look at the second one. I went there 3 times, okay? Here times, it's countable. On the 3 occasions. On 3 occasions, okay? Now, we can make the uncountable nouns countable by adding a piece of, look at this one, a piece of this word or this expression, a piece of before the word. Advice, it's uncountable. Furniture, uncountable. Information, uncountable. News, uncountable. If you want to turn them or make them countable, you are going to add this expression to them before each word. For example, we say a piece of advice, a piece of furniture, a piece of information, a piece of news. Okay? We can change them from uncountable to countable by adding this expressions, piece of. Deal? Stay with me. Back. We have this very important note. The plural countable nouns normally ends with S, the plural form of it. For example, we say box, pencils, shops, mistakes. Okay? This is very important. Return back. Now we're going to move to some qualifiers. There are some, any, much, many, a lot of, a few, a little. We're going to take step by step, one by one. Okay, the first one we're going to take some. Look at this one. We use some with uncountable nouns and with plural countable nouns in affirmative sentence. What do you mean by affirmative sentence? It means without adding negative, the not or the negative form or the question form. Okay, the affirmative. Okay, now look at this sentence. Sorry. I've got some books. I've got some books. Countable plural noun. Here, books is what? It's countable. You can count books. Okay? Now, look at the next one. We've got some free time. We've got some free time. Here, we use it with uncountable noun, which is the time. Okay? Deal? I want you to know something, that with some, we use it only for the affirmative sentences. The affirmative form. Not question, not negative. Not adding not with a negative or adding question, which is the question mark or the question form. Okay? Stay with me. Now, look at the use of any. We have any. We use any with uncountable nouns and with plural countable nouns in negative sentence and questions. Here we use any with the negative sentences and with the question, okay? With the uncountable nouns, with the plural countable nouns. When I say, for example, I haven't got any money. I haven't got any money. I don't have money. I haven't got any money. While in the question form, are there any books? Okay? Are there any books? Here, the first one with what? With uncountable noun, okay? And with books with the countable plural nouns, okay? This is the use of any. Stay with me, I'm back. Let's move to much, many, a lot of. Why do we use them? We use them, look at me, to talk about big quantities. Big quantities, okay? When I say, for example, look here. We're going to know when do we use much. We use much. Often we use much in negative sentences and questions with uncountable nouns. Okay? We use much with negative sentences and questions with countable nouns. We say much time. Water. Look here. I haven't got much time. Here, time, it's uncountable. I haven't, this is the negative form. I haven't got much time. Okay, this is the negative form. The question form. Have you got much water? Why? Because water, it's uncountable noun. Okay, that's why we can use much with it, whether with time or water. Okay, this is the negative form and this is the question form. Dear, I'm going to write here the negative form. Okay, and the second one, the question, and the question form. Okay, stay with me. Stay with me. Now, please pay full attention, please. We have many. We use many, or we often use many in negative sentences and questions with plural countable nouns. With what? With plural countable nouns. Again, we use many in negative sentences and questions with plural countable nouns. Look at this one. I haven't got many books. This is what? I haven't got many books. Okay? This is the negative form. Books, we can count them. Correct or not? We have the S for the plural form. Okay? Have you got many books? Have you got many books? This is the question form. Note that many for the plural countable nouns. Okay? While much for the uncountable nouns. Okay? Let's move to this one. We have this expression. A lot of. A lot of. We use it when. Look at me. Pay full attention. We use it when. Look at me here. We use a lot of in affirmative. Okay, we said affirmative, it means without adding negative or the not or the question mark. We use a lot of in affirmative, negative, and in questions with the countable and uncountable nouns. Okay? It gathered both of them, the countable and uncountable nouns and the three forms. We can say it takes all of them. Look at this. Look at this one. Look at this example. Have you got a lot of time or books? Okay, this is the question form. Again, have you got a lot of time or books? Question form. While we have this one, I haven't got a lot of time or books. Here, this is the affirmative and the negative form. Again, I've got or I haven't got a lot of time or books. It's the affirmatively I've got and the negative I haven't got. Okay? Deal? Stay with me. Let's go now to another note. Look here. We use of when a lot comes before a noun. Okay? Again, we use of when a lot comes before a noun. But look at this one. When there is no noun after a lot, we don't use of. Again, we use of when a lot comes before a noun. Okay? But when there is no noun after a lot, we don't use of. Look at this example. Have you got any water? Have you got any water? Yes, I've got a lot. We don't have noun after it. Yes, I've got a lot. And stop. Full stop. Deal? Now, look at this very important note. This note says a lot of and lots of are the same. Are the same. They have the same use. A lot of, it's equal to lots of. A lot of equals lots of. Look at this example. I've got a lot of time. It equals I've got lots of time. Again, I've got a lot of time. It equals the same I've got lots of time. Okay? Stay. We'll be back. Now let's go to the end of these qualifiers. Look at this one. A few and a little. A few and a little. Look at me. We use a few and a little. Why? To talk about small quantities. Do you know small quantities? Small quantities, not big quantities like many and much. No, small quantities. We use a few where with plural countable nouns. Okay? We use a few with plural countable nouns. While we use a little with uncountable nouns. Again, a few and a little. We use a few and a little. Why? To talk about small quantities. Okay, small quantities. We use a few. Now look at this one. Look at this. This is the beginning of the sentence. We use a few. Where? With plural countable nouns. With plural countable nouns. Okay, look at this example. There are only a few problems. There are only a few problems. Problems, we can't count them. Look at the S, the plural of the S of the plural form. Okay. Now look at this note. We use a little with uncountable nouns. We use a little with uncountable nouns. We've only got a little time. We've only got a little time. You know that time? It's uncountable noun. Okay. So that's why we say a little time, not a few. Be careful. A little time, a little goes with the uncountable noun, while a few goes with the countable plural nouns. Okay? Now, this is enough for today. I have to finish this class. We have accomplished our important outcomes. We know the difference between the countable nouns and the uncountable nouns. We said that the countable nouns, they can be singular countable noun or plural countable noun. Okay? And like what? For example, we can say there are some books. Okay? There are some books. We say the countable nouns there is the books, and yes, there are some books, and the plural noun countable nouns take plural countable verb, while the singular countable noun takes singular verb. As to the uncountable nouns, it takes all the time singular verb. Again, we said that countable nouns, they are divided into plural countable nouns and singular countable nouns. If you notice all the class, we only talked about the plural countable nouns, and the uncountable nouns we talked about, and we said that they all the time take singular countable nouns. Okay, because you cannot count them, like water, like milk, like tea, whatever. Okay, we also learn about the qualifiers. We have taken about some, any, much, many, a lot of, lots of, a few, a little. Okay, this is enough for today. Inshallah, next time we're going to work on the worksheet. We're going to answer the question given. If you need any questions, if you want anything, if you didn't understand anything, please tell me. I'm here for you. Okay, thank you very much for being with me. See you inshallah tomorrow inshallah. Goodbye. See you.